Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. I'm glad to be here. Hope you are too. I want to talk to you today about starting with little to no money and different ways to get into the street food vending business and to grow from there, depending on where you're starting from. But lately, I've been getting a lot of people that are like a lot of us that are struggling financially. And so all the money that they make each month is already spent, it's already allotted. And that's a whole nother conversation. But the point is it's impossible for some to have a way to go get a cart. Like right now, if you had a way, you go get a cart. You jump over to, like here, how to start the business, and whether that's street food vending in general and hot dog cart business as far as doing hot dogs only, or doing catering, drop-off catering. It's all right here for free. And this is it's a fairly long article, as you can see here, and it goes through every little detail on getting started with interviews, tips, tricks, links to other things like, 40 new hot dog vendor questions, that kind of stuff, incorporate or not, how that works, what's the best way to set up your tax, all that stuff. So that's what you would do. So then you'd come over and you could pick out a cart, and that suits your state goals and your food goals, your menu goals. And we've got those all the way down to a do-it-yourself hot dog cart where you build it yourself, and we offer a kit. You can get all that stuff, but we can probably save you money for most of the things that we put in our kit. The rest of the stuff, you'd be better off going to Lowe's, Home Depot, the hardware store. But anyway, that's that. But I'm not here for those. I'm here for the people that want to start on a tight shoestring budget. Somebody that goes, dang it, I don't have, $4,000 to buy a hot dog cart. I don't have the money. So that's why I want to talk to you about Kitchen Income. And if you go to kitchenincome.com, it will walk you through the steps of doing that and doing it correctly. If you go to kitchenincome.com, you're going to get to this page where I talk about the home cooking business, order tracking, funnel cake pricing, funnel cake vending. Teacher starts a home baking business. This would be a great one right here. Okay, a superb one. I'm gonna draw on this just because I like having these fancy tools. But this article here is phenomenal. I'm talking, it will change your life. And they're still in business today. You can look them up. And you go, well, why wouldn't they have gone back to teaching? COVID's, not a thing anymore, and there's no restrictions, lockdowns. So why wouldn't they? Because they're making more money with freaking cookies from their house. Another one, Diana's Bloom Cakes, that I interviewed, making cupcakes from home. Okay. Well, she's turned that into a multi-thousands dollars business a month. And so you go, okay, well, maybe so. Maybe I should be looking into this. Kettle corn, using the agriculture exemption. I talk about all this stuff here to help you out. Home cooking business, all these links down here at the bottom. I don't know if you can see this where my cursor is, but because I have this fancy pen, I'm going to circle it for you. So those are things you can do to get going. Now, I want to show you something else too. If you come over here, learnhotdogs.com, and if you just type in the word popcorn in the search box, so when you go to learnhotdogs.com, this article won't be up. I just have it up already for you. And you type in your search, just put popcorn, and you're going to get this article here. And what I want to show you about this article is this is from kettle corn to this family, Pesces. And you're going to see different information. So here you can look up your state codes, but first learn it. This is me and stuff that I baked and did, and how to make money with it. Now, this was during COVID, and I was like, let me show you how to cook a bunch of stuff and make a lot of money legally from your home. Shipping it, dropping it off that some states allow you to put it into other stores from your home. And there's little rules, but I have all those rules broken out for you. I talk about your insurance. I talk about how this family, Pesces, started with this unit right here. They're still going today, Pesces Popcorn. They started with this little unit on top of their stove. He tells the story in the interview down below, but I talk about kettle corn here. Here's Pacey's popcorn set up in their garage. Okay, and they still do this. They're just shipping out popcorn galore. So I talk about the different types of popcorn you can use, because there's different shapes. I don't know if you knew that, but there's regular old popcorn, and then there's the mushroom popcorn, and the mushroom popcorn is prettier. But anyway, I talk about bags and sugar, and this is me actually doing this stuff. And then here's Pacey's again with their little magic bowl where they put jalapeno and stuff in there, and all the process they went through. Well, this is all easy stuff. I mean, you can go get one of those whirly pops that I showed you just right up here, the whirly pop. I don't know if you saw that on the stove. Right here. That's the whirly pop, okay? You can buy those used and sell commercially, okay? So, here's the Pacey's right here. Look at all this popcorn and all the flavors. They're set up at a little place, but they were selling out of the house. People just come and they put it on Facebook. People go, I want 9 bags of the caramel apple or whatever, or the jalapenos. Anyway, you come on down here. This is an interview with Mr. Pacey. And so you can check out the cool stuff that he did, and he shares a lot of the tips and tricks on and what he did to get going. And if this wasn't working, if this wasn't acceptable, I wouldn't have thousands of vendors doing it. And so I got so much into this, and during COVID, and it's still going big. I wish I'd have known about this when I started, because if you've heard my story, I had to sell everything that wasn't nailed down. I mean, everything. And so if it wasn't nailed down, I sold it, because I just was in bankruptcy, and we were broke as convicts, and robbing Peter to pay Paul, and people helping us out with groceries, and we were on food stamps. Had I known this, I would have done this. So I said, you know what? I'm going to make a free website that keeps updated daily, okay, with every state's codes and laws on starting this way. That way you don't have to do nothing but read, start today. It's a start today business, okay? So anyway, you come here and you can go through all this stuff. I've got every state's laws right here at a website called Cottage Food Laws. You don't have to remember that. Just go click that button or that banner. So that's just one of them. Here's where I interviewed, and I may need to.
Looking good like I do.
I'm gonna pause that. Okay. So this is they're at Lake Havasu, okay, Arizona. I've written a whole big article about following your dreams, because there's the Lake Havasu. Havasu is the Havasu Indians, which is the blue people, they called it, or Blue Lake people, and you can look that up later. But the bottom line is it will inspire you. Okay, I shared it the other day on the YouTube in the stories section on our YouTube, so that you could see, get some inspiration maybe. Okay, if you feel like, oh crap, I can't take it, I feel like I'm going nowhere, and now you can change things, as far as you can decide at any point, in 3 months I'm going to be here, 6 months I'm going to be here, because those months are going by either way. They're going to go by. Time is going to pass, depending on where you are at the end of that 2 days or 6 days or 6 months, will all be determined on how you respond today and tomorrow and the next day, because the time's going to pass either way. So anyway, this is Dee's Delicious Cookies. That's the name. Dee's Delicious Cookie. That's Dee right down there at the bottom. And she is, that's her and her husband. They created, with this, Home Baking Profits will get you right to these stories if you want. I know I have a lot of websites. It's all just so I can help people get there and to different parts of there. So Home Baking Profits, or Kitchen Income. Kitchen Income is, what I showed you first. So kitchenincome.com will get you to all of this stuff. But Home Baking Profits, Dee and her husband are phenomenal. They built their business off of cookies after COVID. So they lost everything. As far as not lost everything, they lost their jobs and their income, their livelihood during COVID. School teacher, oh my God, what are we going to do? And they start baking at home. All you got to do is follow my stuff. It's a step 1, step 2, step 3, and you'll have it. It's not that it's easy, because baking isn't just easy unless you get a Duncan Hines box and just add water type deal. That's pretty easy. But what I'm saying is you can make it your own. Dee's makes it her own. Okay. There's another one. I'll think of it in a minute. But there's lots of these vendors that just Diana's Bloom Cakes. And I've interviewed them as well. And it's Diana's Bloom Cakes. And you'll go, oh my God, this lady's incredible. That's the one I said is making thousands. Okay? You can make a lot of money doing this. You may not make it the first day. You may only make $100 the first day or $600 the first day. And then you start building up. Okay? And I show you how to do that, how to put it out there. It's not like you got to stand out by the road like a kid with, a box of rocks selling them. That was the first thing I ever sold off the side of the road, by the way. I'll tell you that story later. Anyway, Dee's Delicious Cookies kicks butt because of what they did. And they built this, and it sustained them, and they stayed out of bankruptcy and everything else. They didn't have to not pay bills, all because of cookies and their efforts to do it. So you can do the same thing and have just as much fun. To get started in this, just go to right here, kitchenincome.com. I'm going to use my fancy pen. Let's change the color this time. Let's do blue. Okay, kitchenincome.com. And this is free. This is free. Okay, just grab it and grab the information and start changing your results that you want in your life by making little changes today. You may go, I can't do this till Saturday. Well, you can watch 10 minutes probably today. You can learn 10 minutes worth of stuff and add that 10 minutes to the 10 minutes tomorrow and next week. And pretty soon, you've got an arsenal of information so that you can go in and change your life. You can be in 6 months like Dee's now has a freaking restaurant. Okay? From COVID 2 years ago. You'll see the video. And then just look them up. They have a freaking restaurant. So you can do all this. I just wanted to inspire you. I wanted to answer the people's questions that are sending me messages and texting me and going, Ben, I ain't got the money for a cart right now. I ain't got the money for this right now. Well, there's always a solution. Always a solution. And the solution is start in your freaking kitchen. You can start in your apartment kitchen under the agriculture exemption rules, which we call cottage food laws. Okay, or cottage food rules, so now you can do it all. Go to Kitchen Income, link it up, find your state, and go, boop, here's what Ben says to do. I can do these foods. I can start today. I could be selling tonight. And we have vendors, I call them vendors, but we have cooks and chefs and bakers who did just that and are still doing just that to set themselves apart daily, to change their life, to change the way they're going, so that in 5 years they're not looking back going, dang, I wish I'd started that 5 years ago, because I'd be way ahead of the time right now, and I'm still stuck here at this job that I hate, or I still ain't making enough money to pay what I want to pay or help the people I want to help. And now you can do all that. So it's an instant. So let me say this to follow up. This is how crucial this is. I already told you, I wish I'd have known this when I started about Kitchen Income, about making foods for my house. I wish I had known. But I didn't know about cottage food laws. I didn't know about the cottage food industry. I had no clue about this. Now all 50 states have cottage food rules that allow you to do this from your house. I mean, some states are very liberal with it. They'll let you. My daughter lives in a state where she does this, and she's raising rabbits and cleaning them and skinning them and selling the skins to somebody and selling the meat to the public. And so, and there's states like Idaho and Oregon and Washington that you can do more. But what I'm saying is we all can do cookies and baked goods and stuff pretty much nationwide. So I want you to keep that in mind and go, okay, I'm going to look up my state. I'm in Arizona, here's what I can do. I'm in Texas, here's what I can do. I'm in Florida, here's what I can do. And I can start this today. I can start this today. I can make loaves of bread. And you may be going, oh crap, I don't know how to make bread. Well, find something easier first, or learn to make bread. You might spend $6 failing a few times, but you're going to get bread. And it's just a patience thing. So anyway, I share places to get recipes and ways to do it, but that's what I want you to do. But I wish somebody would have told me about this when I was doing it, because I was racking my brain. I was calling everybody I knew on the planet. Hey, I've got a new business idea. I need to go into the hot dog business. I don't have the money for a cart. How can I get help? And it was between friends and family who came together to help me do that, plus selling everything I could. But it worked. And then 7 weeks later, in 7 weeks, with that one cart, I had enough money and did buy 2 more carts. And so you can do the same thing, and you can do these things. And so I want to see you change if you want the change. I'm here to help. I love you, and talk to you soon. Bye.